Hi, this is Leanne from Global Media Networks with the Business Roundup for today. We see that the shareholders of People's Leasing Company has approved the adoption of the new Articles of Association and the change of the name of the company People's Leasing Company PLC to People's Leasing and Finance PLC at the extraordinary general meeting held on the 27th of September 2012. Renuka Agri-Foods has invested 250 million rupees in Rich Life Dairies Limited by way of accumulated convertible and redeemable debentures on the 28th of September 2012 as a part of the objectives of the rights issue concluded some time ago. We see, despite over 20 firms in the industry, the low insurance penetration along with post-war rebound in the socio-economic development has made Asian Grant AIA to consider Sri Lanka as a growth market, and Aviva NDB's powers at the best to tap the potential. Now, the broad view was shared by AIA Regional Chief Executive and Group Chief Distribution Officer during a briefing on Friday after the conclusions agreements in connection with AIA's $109 million investment in acquiring 92% stake in Aviva NDB Insurance. Now, the deal itself is the biggest in Sri Lanka's insurance industry. We also see that the tea industry is continuing to struggle with low crop. Now, estimated at a 4-year low during the first 8 months of the year, tea production for the period of January to August 2012 is at a 4-year low of 214 million kilos and is down 3% on last year's 8-month total of 221 million kilos. Now, this was despite the crop in the month of August being nominally high at 25.38 million kilos, as opposed to 2011's corresponding month's revised figure of 25.36 million kilos. We also see that the credit card base in Sri Lanka has reached its highest ever level in July, surpassing the previous record number established in 2008. Now, as per central bank data of Sri Lanka data, by July this year, the credit card base amounted to 918,216, thereby overtaking the previous best of 917,418 established in 2008. We also see that inflation, as measured by the Colombo Consumer Price Index computed to the Department of Census and Statistics, declined to 9.1% in September 2012 on a year-on-year basis from 9.5% in the previous month, mainly due to the price decreases in the food category. However, the annual average inflation rate rose to 6.5% in September 2012 from a 6.3% in August 2012. Meanwhile, core inflation increased to 6.2% in September 2012 on a year-on-year basis from a 5.9% in August 2012, while it continued the declining trend and reached a 5.3% on an annual average basis of 5.4% in the previous month. Looking at some global news, we see that central banks' cash filtering through financial markets will nudge global stocks higher between now and year-end. Reuters polls showed last week with gains in the first half of the next year likely to be more modest. Since last year's disastrous showing, most of the world's major stock indexes have gained steadily this year, and over 400 analysts surveyed around the globe over the last week largely expect the trend to continue into the new year. All but one major index, crisis hits pains, was expected to be higher at the end of December than it is now. Now, analysts tipped major indexes in Russia, Brazil, and mainland China for the biggest rise between now and mid-2013. Lastly, we see that Foxconn Technology Group's plan to buy a stake in Sharp Corp may end after the Japanese TV maker signed loans from banks, giving the Taiwanese manufacturer a reason to exit its commitment to help the unprofitable company. Now, with that, I round up the news for today. Thank you very much for listening, and see you again tomorrow.